We'll call to order the regular city council meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can we begin with roll call, please?
Councilmember Shemmers. Detterman.
Here.
Seeley.
Here.
Oberon.
Here.
Mussman.
Here.
Kearns.
Here.
Councilmember Detterman.
Thank you, Your Honor. There we go. All right. Approved minutes of the regular city council and committee of the whole meetings of November 10th, 2025, and a special committee of the whole meeting of November 18th, 2025, and they be approved as published on November 22nd, 2025. Move to be adopted as presented.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Shemmers. Yes. Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
All right. We have fire department up. Assistant Chief? All right.
Greg Ferrari, Assistant Fire Chief. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Tonight I have the honor of presenting Engineer Riley Bly as he takes the oath of office for his new role as a lieutenant with the Clinton Fire Department. Riley began his career with our department on August 1st, 2018. From the start, he has demonstrated dedication, professionalism, and strong commitment to serving our community. He was promoted to engineer on April 16th, 2024, has continued to excel in that role through his consistent performance and dependable work ethic. Throughout his time with us, Riley has shown qualities of a developing leader, steady under pressure, highly capable on emergency scenes, and respected by his peers. He is known for his strong competitive drive, which pushes him to continually improve his skills and elevate those around him. His growing leadership and continued dedication have prepared him well for this next step. We are proud to recognize his accomplishments as he moves into this new role. Riley is joined tonight by his family and friends, and we're grateful for their support as he takes this next step. His mother, Deb, will be pinning Riley. You want to step up?
I, Riley Black. Do solemnly swear. To do my duty as a lieutenant. For the Clinton Fire Department. To the best of my ability. To serve the citizens of the city of Clinton. With compassion, courage, and integrity. To preserve life and property. From the elements of fire and disaster. To faithfully execute the core values and mission. Of the Clinton Fire Department. And to uphold the laws and constitutions. Of the United States of America. The state of Iowa. And the city of Clinton. So help me God. Lieutenant.
To them and then with the fire. You keep one.
Official.
Thank you. Thanks, Chief.
Riley, you take one.
Oh, you keep one. Thank you. Frank.
Kind of a special night. We have another promotion. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Tonight, we have the honor of presenting firefighter Greg Hoffsummer as he takes the oath of office for his new role as engineer with the Clinton Fire Department. Greg began his career with our department on February 20, 2019. From the beginning, he has consistently demonstrated a willingness to learn new skills and strong dedication to the mission of our department. His hard work, professionalism, and readiness for responsibility have earned him this well-deserved promotion. Throughout his time with us, Greg has proven himself to be a dependable and capable member of a team, respected by his peers, committed to the safety of our community. His dedication and continued growth have prepared him well for this next step in his career. We are proud to recognize his accomplishments as he moves into this new role. Greg is joined tonight by family and friends, and we're grateful for their support as well to this new responsibility. Greg will be pinned by his wife, Maggie. Right? Yep. Okay. You gotta take your.
I state your name.
I, Greg Austin,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to do my duty as an engineer
to do my duty as an engineer
for the Clinton Fire Department
for the fire department
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
to serve the citizens of the city of Clinton
to serve the citizens of the city of Clinton
with compassion, courage, and integrity,
with compassion, courage, and integrity,
to preserve life and property
to preserve life and property
from the elements of fire and disaster,
from the elements of fire and disaster,
to faithfully execute the core values and mission
to faithfully execute the core values and missions
of the Clinton Fire Department,
of the Clinton Fire Department,
and to uphold the laws and constitutions
and to uphold the laws and Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
state of Iowa,
state of Iowa,
and the city of Clinton,
and the city of Clinton.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank
Thank you.
Take one of those, man. Just one.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep. You guys want to get
Maybe we'll start a picture and then we'll get Riley up with his family. So everybody that's here for the family, could you guys come up? We'll get a shot with all of you. If there's extra phones, I can try. All right, huddle all in. I'll get you first. Or you gotta get it over. All right. 3, 2, 1. Got you there.
Look that way.
3, 2, 1. Anybody else? Or you get? He's got it. He's got the picture. So I'll send it to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's set this down and get a picture though.
Yeah.
Put it right here.
Go ahead. Hey, can I hold that for you?
Yeah, that was.
I'll keep it safe. He's like, no. Go ahead. All right.
Take a picture of that, too.
Oh, yeah. I'll do you first. All right, I got Grandpa's phone, so this was a good one. Okay, I got 3 of those, and then. Awesome. Thank you. If I get all the firefighters that are here up front with the new promoted folks, the last photo. I thought the stick was in here. Back here.
Oh my God.
You guys got to hoist the promoting just on your shoulder. You guys stand. You can come over here. There you go. Keep the tall guy right behind you. It fits perfect. There you go. Good job.
Don't forget your sticky ashes.
Yeah, you keep those for their files, sir.
All right.
We'll even, more people will come sit down then.
Okay, moving into public hearings. We'll convene a public hearing concerning accepting bids and awarding contracts for project K-2025 Phase 1 demolition of structures, asbestos removal, 100 South 4th Street. Have we heard anything in the clerk's office?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any citizens that are in the room or online that would like to address this public hearing? Okay, any council members that would like to address the public hearing? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing. Councilmember Mussman.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution accepting bid and awarding contract for demolition of structures, asbestos removal for 100 South 4th Street, Project K 2025, Phase 1. I move that it be adopted as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? This include both demo and asbestos removal? This is just asbestos removal. Okay, well, the title makes it seem a little bit different, so, okay. Any other discussion? Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers. Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
We'll convene a public hearing concerning the sale of city-owned property at 405 7th Avenue South. Have we heard anything in the clerk's office?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any citizens that are in the room or online that would like to address this public hearing? Is there any council members that would like to address the public hearing? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing. Councilmember Davis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution authorizing sale of 405 7th Avenue South to Mike Hill for $10,000. I move that it be adopted as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the resolution?
This did go out to bid, right? Okay.
Nobody else bid on it. What do we have into this? Do you have any, I should have asked you before, I just thought of it.
The
We had to tear down that
demo
old
of the
building.
building next to it, yep.
Which
That was the
was-
big cost, but
It
there's
was over
years,
$100,000, right? Gosh, I can't remember. Is Tammy here?
I don't think it was a couple dollars.
All right. Is there any other discussion?
I don't know. We haven't talked about this in a whole lot of depth. Is this what we want to do with this piece of land? Hello?
When we talked about this is probably 2 months ago now, sounds
Yeah.
right? We were talking about, well, is there a future with it, or is there not? Is the best way to go here, you know, to sell it, to see what it was worth, and this is what it came up.
Yep.
I don't-
I
yeah,
think it's going to be pretty hard to develop it with the billboard in the
We've
middle.
talked about that.
Right?
yeah.
Now, I guess my question is, are we ascertaining what we think is market value on this? Because this is a, you know, a development lot. I
I don't
do
have the
see,
answer for that.
I don't either off the top of my head.
Okay.
We're selling it for 50 cents a square foot. I don't know, guys. I want to talk about it.
Council members, any discussion?
We wouldn't get another bid for it, so.
Well, I mean, this isn't a
It's a
property,
good corner, I
this
like
is,
it, but-
yeah, this isn't a property you put out to bid. If you wanna actually try to get more out of it, right, you market it.
The property right across the street from it's been vacant and marketed
Well,
for
they just sold
several
that,
years.
they just sold that at auction. I wonder what that went for, you know?
You sure?
Said
I
it
thought
did.
the sign said an auction for a property somewhere else.
No, the auction was last week, I think.
Question, when that crew went down and talked to the neighbors down there to see what could happen in that area, did anything ever come out of that? Like, did anybody show any interest in that area? Because, I mean, my perspective is we're sitting on some of these lots and they're still sitting, so I almost feel like let it go, and if somebody wants to develop it, then they'll buy Mike's and tear it down as well. If they don't, then Mike will have a good lot that he wants.
What's the county assessor say the value is?
Of the land?
Yeah.
60,000.
69,710. And for those that were trying to figure out where we're looking at, let me show you the map real quick. So this is the South Bridge as you come into Clinton. Coming down, this is the library. This is Scooters here. And it's right on the corner here where Mike's Fun Food is. This is Ace Hardware. And it's the kind of the C-shaped area. And the billboard that was mentioned is actually right here, which is a separate parcel, and then this is Mike's building here that he owns.
I understand the benefit to that property owner and the notes. But here's what I'm thinking. If we're gonna sell it at what appears to be a potentially significantly discounted price, I think there needs to be some things tied to that. I don't know what they are off the top of my head, so perhaps I want to table this till
You
the
would,
next meeting.
you should also remember that the initial thought was to try to lease it for parking lot space, and we had come up with a parking lot agreement and everything else, proposed it to Mike, and then Mike determined that he'd rather just buy it
Yep.
if possible, so that
No,
was the
correct,
original
and-
thought, and that
yep.
would be a safer course of action, obviously, if you were
Yep.
concerned about the price, because then you'd retain your option later to try to get something higher for it if it became a development property.
Yep.
I guess I'd be okay with tabling it as long as you wanna come back with some options on what we would tie to it.
Correct.
I think that's a great plan, Ron.
All right. I can talk with Matt and Tammy about this and we can talk about it. It is it's part of right at our downtown.
Yeah.
There's just a couple more moving parts than this than just selling one of our lots that can't be developed.
There's also a building that just went up across the street that's not making it very palatable to people either.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, I would second, if that was a motion, I
I'll
would
make a
second
motion
it.
to table to a date certain, which is the next council meeting.
Second.
What day is that? All right.
December 9th.
So the motion is to postpone this to December 9th. We have a motion and a second on that. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers.
Yes.
Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
No.
Obrin.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Okay, so we're postponing the resolution for the sale of 405 7th Avenue South to December 9th. Do we need to have a public hearing again that day, Pat, or does this suffice for the public hearing?
If the terms would substantially change, then you would do a new public hearing.
Okay, does that need to be set along with this motion? I
It
guess
would
I
need
should
to
ask
be
that
set,
before.
right, if you're gonna do that, of course, we have to
So I guess
publish
you could
that.
set that at December 9th for a later date too.
You could,
And
and
delay
that would probably be what I would
If
recommend. If the terms are gonna change to where the public would have something substantively different, they might wanna show up and talk about. So, depending on what
Okay.
Councilmember Seeley or whoever the working group is comes up with, it may be appropriate to do that, I just can't tell you right now.
But we could do that at December 9th if we needed to.
Yes,
Okay. All right,
assuming we got the time and the paper and all that, because we've gotta do the not less than 4, no more than 20 days to publish that. So I think what we wanna do probably is recognize that this may not happen on the 9th if for example, the group comes back and tells Matt, hey, I've got some ideas we may want to consider, the council may need to consider that, then I think we should take a looser attitude and possibly look at January. We don't have to do, just because we postponed it to December 9th doesn't mean we have to consider it then, so.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
All right. All right, moving on. We'll convene a public hearing concerning the proposed vacation of the 16-foot wide east-west alley right-of-way in Block 23, Wartburg College Edition, and Block 19, Manufacturers Edition. Have we heard anything in the clerk's office?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any citizens that are in the room or online that would like to address this public hearing? Any council members that would like to address?
Dr. Ernst?
Oh, Dr. Ernst, go ahead.
Yes, I'm on the phone.
The floor is yours, ma'am.
What's fine? Do you have a question? I'm supposed to address it? Thanks.
No, there's no questions at this time. Just asked if anybody wanted to make comments for the public hearing.
Okay. I'm here, but no comment.
Okay, all right. Is there any council members that would like to address the public hearing? All right, hearing none, we will close the public hearing. Councilmember Kearns,
Thank you, Your Honor. I move the council consider an ordinance for the first time.
please read the title.
An ordinance providing for the vacation of the east-west alley in Block 23, Wartburg College Edition, and Block 19, Manufacturers Edition.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on the ordinance reading?
Matt, what are we thinking afterwards? Are we gonna do 50/50 divide to the properties, or?
Yeah, so the way the process works is, I think this is actually city-owned right here now. So each of the property owners would have an opportunity to buy half, which is abuts their property.
Okay.
And if they do not want to buy that half, then it would go to the next owner down, in this case here. So like say this family here doesn't want to buy some
Yep.
where their fence is. And then this one here could then buy up to it. So it would be
Yep.
squared off per each property as you walk the dog down.
Perfect.
Through the whole thing.
So that'll be our next step after we finish
Yep.
the actual.
Yep, and you can see it's nobody's, I don't know when this alley was actually last used, but you can see there's been stuff that's been built over time, and it just, and they put fences in, the neighbors have been taking care of it, and now that this road has been redone, there's really not a need per se, and as long as, and we've done a couple of these, larger ones, and then it'll just be the citizens that it affects will get to come into engineering and then work on if they would like to buy that part that's being vacated of the alley.
Sounds good.
All right. Any other discussion on the ordinance reading? Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers.
Yes.
Gutterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oben.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Okay, moving to audience comment section. We do have a good amount of yellow cards here. I'll call them in order as I got them up here. Just remember that this is an opportunity for citizens to address the council on an item that's not on the agenda. There is a 3-minute time limit. And because it's not on the agenda, there can't be any deliberation between the council and citizens that are addressing the board here. Celeste Robbins, you were the first one.
Good evening, distinguished council, mayor, and Matt Brooks. I'm Celeste. I'm a volunteer at the Clinton Humane Society and a former board member. Today, though, I am speaking as a taxpayer and a lover of the animals. Let me start by saying that if you're listening to me and thinking, whatever, it's already done, I'm not changing my mind, you're doing government wrong. Please listen and consider what I have to say. I'm more informed on this than a lot of other people. If you're thinking, we can't say what we're planning to do because the people will get mad, you're also doing government wrong. When we last spoke, I was angry, and today I'm just sad. In 2021, through a series of unfortunate events, my little sister came to live with me when she was just 13. She found herself suddenly uprooted from the life she knew and moved 4 hours away to Clinton. I found myself somehow a single mother kind of thing. It pushed a once strong sister relationship to the brink. To find common ground and relearn each other, we started volunteering at the Clinton Humane Society. This was a life-changing thing for us both. We fell in love with the animals, and most of all, we fell in love with the staff, who taught me how to care for someone suddenly thrown into a strange new world and give them a chance at a fresh start. We have volunteered there since. I now socialize the dogs, bathe them, and bring them on a weekly excursion in the community called Waggy Wednesday, which is the highlight of my week. That place means so much to me. The staff taught me how to parent, how to do a lot with a little, something I'm sure the council can understand. Today we find ourselves at an impasse over money and egos. We can all agree that the people of Clinton, and equally importantly the animals, deserve quality care. We can all agree that the more money we can keep in the community, the better. I'm telling you today, the only option that checks those boxes is a new agreement with the Humane Society. Let's not pretend that the offers that the city sent initially of less than half of before were fair. And I won't pretend that the offers that the board sent back to you were fair either. But what we can't pretend is that the end of negotiations will limit the quality of animal care and animal services in this city, and it puts two things that are so dear to my heart at risk: the animals and the staff. They are the most at risk here. Please, before you sign anything with any out-of-town shelters, solicit public opinion and/or have an in-person meeting with all of the players there, all the council, all the board, and try one more time for the animals and to preserve a place that has blessed the community and me very much. To the city, come up. To the board, come down. To everybody, please come together and let's hash this out like adults. Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste. Ron Cook?
Most of you know me. I've been in business since I can tie my shoes. I moved back to this community. I've been here most of my life, but I back and forth had a successful business in this town. I just bought my childhood acreage where I grew up racing horses. I gutted my barn. I'm turning it into a benefit music movie night. I'm a musician. We're going to have something once a month and do just raise money. We did something in October and gave Humane Society $500, but I'm looking at thousands to help. Historical Society's another one, the Showboat. A bunch of musicians are coming together to help support this. But when I bought my house and went to my farm, I had 4 or 5 pregnant cats, kittens. I'm up to 16 cats, can't do anything with them. Beautiful kittens, I'm putting them on Facebook. What am I supposed to do with them? They're not mine. I know where my neighbor lives. I can drop 3 or 4 off at each place, I guess. But you can't just stop feeding them because they're going to go somewhere. They're going to be all over anyway. I haven't been able to take them to the Humane Society because of this. It's sad. We can invest all this money into concerts and lose $600,000 as a city, but we can't keep our Humane Society local. You know, you go up there and it's full of pit bulls. The first thing I'd do is probably do something about pit bulls in this town. And that would slow up a lot of the stuff there, but am I supposed to call the police department and have them come pick up 15 cats? Is that the answer to this Humane Society deal? For me, they're not mine. I'm closing my barn up. They're moving to the neighbors. They're going to keep moving, but we need to get things under control and keep a Humane Society in this town. I'll raise as much money as I can for these organizations. That's what I'm all about. But I can't see investing in stupid stuff and cutting the Humane Society out. I've been successful at everything I've done and everything I said, so that's just my opinion. I'm going to call the police department tomorrow and tell them they got to come pick up 15 cats. That's what it said in the paper, right? Got to call the police department. Anybody answering? It was in the paper. What's going on? How are we supposed to get rid of them?
We can't discuss the item. It's not on the agenda. That's
Okay.
why nobody's talking.
Okay, well, I'm just giving, okay, I'm giving you my opinion,
Sorry,
but,
that's the way, that's the way the council.
and I understand, but I need a solution,
Correct.
you know?
Okay, and you've got 10 seconds left since I
Oh,
spoke.
that's fine, that's all I want to know. We got to keep it, we got to figure it out. Got to start spending money correctly in this town on events and things, you know? I appreciate it.
Thank you. Danielle Mundell?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us. I'm not as informed as Celeste about everything, but I am an avid animal lover. I have 2 cats that were abandoned in this town that I took in, and 2 that I adopted from the Humane Society. I see cats all over the place, and yeah, I agree with everything they're saying. I think that it is not very economically smart to take our business elsewhere, take our tax monies to, different counties, or even, spending it anywhere else. I have no idea where you guys would plan on doing it. I just don't think that it's a very wise idea to not work with somebody who knows what they're doing, like the Humane Society, and instead going to somebody who, is 1, out of the community perhaps, or 2, not necessarily in it to preserve the animals. I just am not sure what you guys would be doing to get them neutered. I know I saw the post about animals trying to be adopted out by the city, and it's just, there was many people that had questions like, are they neutered? Do they have their shots? If you go to the Humane Society, you pretty much know all this is already taken care of. That's what they do. So I basically know what Celeste has told me, and that you guys can't seem to find a good medium. And really, I really urge for the animals of this town that don't have a voice, for you guys to reconsider and open back up discussion with the Humane Society. Thank you.
Thank you. Hannah Nuriam?
Hi, I'm Hannah Nuriam. I work at the Clinton Humane Society and I live in Clinton, and I have timed this to 3 minutes and 11 seconds. I started working at the Clinton Humane Society 3 years ago. Within my first month, I met Justice, one of the most severe neglect cases the shelter had seen. Justice was skeletal. Through my time working, I saw Justice transform. She gained weight, she got healthy, and while it took time to find her the right home, she was eventually adopted. Justice got to live up to her name. And within my first 4 months at the shelter, we got a huge hoarding case. And just on cat side, we took in 63 cats. The first night I cared for them, I went home and had nightmares that I was trapped in their hellish and cramped conditions, overrun with filth and animals. And I got to watch those who could recover do so. And one of my favorite amongst them is Badger. Badger had deformed ears, he looked different, and as a brown tabby, he is less popular color for adoption. But despite what Badger went through, he loved people. And in my videos of him, you could see his willingness to put his paws around your neck and give hugs to literally any person wanting to love him. And he touched the few thousand who saw his face. And I can name animal after animal. My social media is full of photos and videos and stories of animals we've touched. I have scrapbooked hundreds of kennel cards from animals and rescues that I have saved, loved, and cared about. I'm here because I have put my literal blood, sweat, and tears into animal welfare work. I've watched cases that you think were lost causes completely transform. And I have ugly cried at the ones that we couldn't save. I have been there when in the freezing winter, someone dumped cats in carriers outside of the shelter, where the cats peed in their carriers and then froze to death. I've watched my coworkers cry with a family saying goodbye to a beloved pet and then turn around and answer the phone to someone screaming at them. And we just keep showing up. We wipe our tears, we wipe our sweat, we bandage our blood, and we just keep going. And what I've seen from the discourse is that many in this community care about animal welfare. And many may not understand some of the harshest realities that we see working in this field, but our love and our luck are handmade. And it speaks to the character of a community for how it stewards those in its charge, because the animals didn't ask for this. And how we care for the least of these speaks to who we are, and it speaks to our collective soul. So I'm asking the city to reconsider, to give the services I'm asking the city to reconsider the services to give justice to animals like Justice and Badger and countless others to exist. Please consider returning to the negotiation table. I don't pretend to know about city finances, and I believe in fiscal responsibility, but I also believe in the services that we render. And furthermore, I am concerned about the public health and safety risk to our community, as well as our public good towards the humane and ethical treatment of our community's animals. When the stray population is unmanaged, there is a greater risk for preventable suffering. And I'm deeply concerned about the preventable suffering that has already been visited upon our animal population during this time and as it continues. I became an animal welfare worker to help give a voice to the often forgotten population, a population who can't come here and speak to you, but who touch the hearts of those in our community every time they come through the shelter doors. Thank you.
Thank you. Guy Regelson?
I don't have anything written out or anything, but I'd just like to give my concern to the animals and to the citizens. If the Humane Society weren't being used, I've seen so many good dogs come in just broken down, thin. They've helped them so much, and we've seen them. I've helped them find homes, and it's near to my heart. But I'm really concerned for the well-being of the animals, along with the citizens. I don't know how many people would realize that if their dog would slip out of the home or out of their gate, that this could end up that they'd have to take days off work to run down to Scott County, Muscatine, somewhere just to get their animal. I mean, that shouldn't have to happen in a town like this. I mean, we're big enough to spend money on a lot of things that I feel are not that important. We should be able to support a humane society that does as much good as what they do.
Thank you. Brent Smith, your topic is different. It's on the agenda. Do you want to wait? Yeah, wait. Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to address the council on something that's not on the agenda?
I will.
What?
I gotta tell you, I'm nervous as hell.
It's okay.
It's my first time here.
So because you don't have a card filled out, you just got to state your name and your address for us.
My name is Lynette Schmidt. I live at 736 6th Avenue South, and I am also an advocate for the animals and the Humane Society. I don't know entirely what's going on. I just know that the community is sickened by what could potentially happen. My thing is, Scott County, if this is the plan, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. That these animals, if negotiation and agreements can't be reached, are they getting shipped down there? Are they going to Muscatine? I mean, it's been on the news that Scott County is way over what they can deal with. And they're everywhere. They got nowhere to go with them. And Muscatine is now just doing, you know, those, what are they? They babysit, or well, not babysit, but they foster them. They're not even taking animals, you know, so please just reconsider. I don't know what it's all about aside from money, but hopefully anyone in here that's got an animal will at least think about doing something, you know. I mean, I feel like we can do something and reach an agreement somewhere. So anyway, I have a lot more to say, but I'm too nervous to talk about it. So anyway, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else that would like to address the council? Ma'am?
Tila Tolman, 828 Park Place. So I'm here for two reasons. One would be the passion of animal welfare, which I wholeheartedly agree is a very important part of this community. Anyone that knows me knows that I have a zoo at my house, 5 dogs, 2 cats, and we're down to 1 lizard as of last week, and I am still processing my emotions on that one. However, another thing I would like to convey is that we don't need to be pitting each other against important issues. You can have a love for animals and you can have a love for an event that brings revenue to the city. You don't need to steal from each other's buckets. You can work with that event, host a fundraiser. I, on my own, host fundraisers and do pet portrait photography on the weekends and then donate those proceeds back to shelters in the area. I have to say, my dogs are not from Clinton County Humane Society. They're from Jackson County Humane Society because the Clinton Humane Society was so much cleaner and nicer. Straight up, like, Jackson County is filthy, it's terrible, and I would hate to see Clinton County come to that point. But I would also hate to see citizens like us turning against each other for the sake of decisions made by the city. When we have the capability and the realism to address each other as people and adults and accomplish multiple issues at once. I've been told multitasking doesn't get you anywhere. I have too much going on to not multitask, so this is the best of both worlds. Let's kind of slow our roll on the bashing and see how we can work together to help combat both issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to address the council?
I'll talk again if you let me.
I think you just get the one time.
What if I wear a disguise?
Sorry.
I'll take my glasses off and I'll be like,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last chance. Okay. We're moving on. Thank you, everyone, for coming and addressing the council. We appreciate your comments. Moving to consent agenda, Councilmember Davis.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented on the attachment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, can we have roll call on the consent agenda, please?
Councilmember Summers. Detterman. Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Councilmember Seeley.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion. We receive, approve, and place on file claims listings 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the claims listings? A little bit.
Kind of did that on purpose.
Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers. Detterman. Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
I started to sneeze.
All right. Councilmember Mussman.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution approving transportation alternatives program funding agreement between the Regional Planning Affiliation 8, RPA 8, and the City of Clinton for a transportation alternative program, parentheses TAP, parentheses project known as the South 14th Street Trail Project. I move that it be adopted as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on this?
Well, I think it's exciting.
Very exciting. Would you like to tell them how it all connects?
Yeah, would you
There
please?
you go.
So South 14th Street, we had engineer department work this with the Trails Advisory Board as well. And we're awarded $500,000 that will connect from Bluff down South 14th, past Timken, past the River Church. Then it'll take a right and head over to the Jurgensen Sports Complex. Then it'll head back down south, go by Honeywell on 27th, I believe, and then it'll hop back out to Highway 30. So another connection piece. It'll be the wider trail for bikes and walking and getting the kiddos to be able to get to soccer and baseball without being in the street.
Yep.
All right.
And walking dogs as well.
Any other discussion on the trail project? What's the timeline, do we think?
It's got to be done within 2 years as of
I was looking for 2 years.
October.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
we gotta get 13th. done.
Jason's already
Yeah,
working on it.
no, that's kind of why I asked,
Yeah.
because 13th's been delayed a couple times. It's the
13th.
Same funding.
13th Avenue North will be done in the spring.
Well,
Okay.
you saw 13th Avenue North on the consent agenda, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Hmm,
Yeah.
good. So you guys know it's moving along.
All right. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers.
Yes.
Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Councilmember Shemmers.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving staff development days for 2026 and setting the city holiday schedule for 2026. I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on this?
Is Same as last year, right?
Check.
All right. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers.
Yes.
Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Councilmember Detterman.
Thank you, Your Honor. A resolution approving agreement for the town program and festival support services between the City of Clinton and USA Concerts and Events LIC. Move that be adopted as presented.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on this?
I just got one addition.
Sure.
So next March, I'm going to grab a box of popcorn. I'm going to watch on TV and be interesting to watch and see what goes down, what's cut out of next year's budget. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion from the council? I do have one person that filled out the card. Do we want to go to that person? Okay. Brent? Could you give the address for us? So that
Yeah, it's Brent Smith, 70 Prairie View Court. City Council, Mayor, 4 years ago, me and Scott sat down in his office to have a meeting to discuss him and Josh wanting to have a festival here in the city of Clinton. I brought to him a festival that I had been working with for prior years, Tailgates Tall Boys. That's where this whole idea came along. Felt like I got a little shafted a little bit amongst the last 3 years of it and being a part of it. And sitting back and watching it kind of crumble a little bit, it's kind of funny. Because there's many things that could have been done differently. And I watched the city kind of get taken advantage of. There's multiple artists that have delivered concerts on our bandshell stage for many years with Riverwood Days. There's a lot of things that we could be doing differently. I know there's a proposal right now to take fully control of this, with Tailgates and Tall Boys getting $75,000 to book the entertainment, deal with the tickets, and deal with all the logistics. Well, I can tell you this right now. The booking agent that they use is the same booking agent that I've used for the last 10 years, booking the same artists for different areas. There's no reason for us to give them $75,000 of city money to push it for that. We could keep all of this in-house and build a committee and do the event by the city. And by the way the city wants it, the people want it. Scott, there's no attack against you, there's no attack against Josh. I want to put that very clear. I've been stewing on this for a while, and I know I'm going to raise a lot of hair and a lot of hell probably by saying this. But there's so many local businesses that we could be using. We could be using Grow Clinton. Last year, I thought the marketing was a joke. The marketing for the Clinton Tailgate and Tall Boys, a complete joke. I felt Bloomington, their marketing was phenomenal. And I will tell you guys this, the last 4 years, I've been down at the Bloomington Festival helping those guys. Down there at that festival. I paid for tickets to go to these festivals. I put my own money into getting tickets just to support it. But I feel like we could do better if we did it by the people of the city of Clinton, if we brought it together and did it ourselves again, just like Riverboat Days was. Why do we have to pay a huge promoting company $75,000 to come in and do something for us so we can do our damn selves? I know Josh ain't got the time. I know Mary ain't got the time. But you know what? We could make a committee to do it. Now, Greg might jump in on it. Who knows? He was on it before. There's so many different things. I spent the day today before I came to this meeting on the phone with the entertainment agencies, getting avails who would be available for next year, seeing what the pricing would be. I've already talked to the union guys that we had an issue with last year because Tailgates didn't want to use them, that are interested and already sent me pricing of what they would charge to come in and help us do this. Here's the thing: we don't need a big ass stage like they keep bringing in. Let's use our band shell. That thing was built and rebuilt for a purpose, and we're not using the damn thing. Why? That thing's big enough to put any size concert. We've had Kansas, 39 Special, Diamond Rio, Lone Star. Hell, Garth Brooks was on that stage the very next day when Owen got inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. Don't believe me? Look it up. There's a whole write-up about it. How he was here on a Saturday, Grand Ole Opry on a Sunday. We've had the big artist on that stage. There's no reason we couldn't do it again. That's my big push, you know? And here's my thing. I have no problem sitting down with any council member. I have no problem sitting down with Scott. I have no problem sitting down with Josh. Anybody who wants to sit down and have a conversation with it, I'll lay the whole blueprint out in front of them and show you that we could do it if we had the people willing to help us do it and keep it right here in the city. So if we skip this, we skip 2026, cool. Start it off in 2027. But let's do it the right way for the city. Let's stop wasting all the damn money. Let's not lose another $800,000 to a promoter that wants to come into town, blow himself up, do what he wants to do, be Wayne, do his shots with everybody thinking he's cool Joe Schmo, and then blow back out of town, not give a damn about the city of Clinton. Because I've never seen him in town besides the festival. That's it. I'm tired of seeing it. I mean, there's many opportunities right here for this. The marketing's here. The people are here that want to see it. I looked at it like this. If we were to bring in 25,000 people to the festival, and we charge $100 a ticket, that's $1.5 million in sales revenue right there alone. And that's only charging $100 a ticket, not $450 a ticket. And that's getting you all the days. Or even less, whatever. We could even make it smaller, go with the lower artist set, and build it up from there. Get that revenue coming in before we start banging in big artists. There's a lot of artists out there right now. Dustin Lynch, $150,000. $150,000 is a lot cheaper than what we were paying for some of them guys a couple years ago. And they're well known compared to who we had last year. A lot of people didn't even know who the hell was on the stage. So that's all I got with it, guys. Hope you guys take the time to think about it. I mean, there's Carnival that wants to come in. There's Carnivals just down at Peoria. They're willing to come up and be a part of it too. I hope you guys do the right thing. Listen to what the people had to say about it. You know, I was a business owner in this town. I moved business out of this town, but I still live here. I still give a damn about the community. I might not be liked by a lot of people in this town, but I'm going to stand up and give my voice every damn time I can because I don't care. And that's one thing that I believe in. You know, I really believed in Tailgates Tall Boys was going to be huge for Clinton. After seeing the way it ended last year, I'd rather not see it return. That's my honest opinion. So I think the city kind of got shit on. Personal opinion. I apologize for the language, but that's the way I feel. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brent. Is there anybody else that would like to address the council on this topic? Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I was involved with River Road Days. We all know that's not the answer. What I would like to see, I've got a lot of entertainers, a lot of guys local, great bands, guys do a lot of stuff. We've been talking a little bit. You can downsize the event, save a lot of money, save a lot of grief. And, you know, what do you out? You want to make 50,000 when it's over, you want to lose 800, or you want to lose 100,000, you know. Local bands, tribute bands, very good tribute bands, for just pennies on what these people that I don't even know who are anymore would tell, you know. You could downsize that event and really make it go, but involve musicians and people in the community. You know, we've got plenty here, so I don't agree with a big deal. You're not going to get the volunteers. Riverboat Days, that's half the problem. Everybody had to be paid a year in advance, you know, and nobody wants to volunteer. And so if we try to handle something like that, I think we need to just downsize it and put it with something else and show our local stuff and make some money. Thank you.
Thank you. And it was Ron Cook, correct, for the
Yes.
record? Okay. Christie, you got that? Okay. Ma'am?
Do you need my name and address again, Scott?
Christie, you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
All right. So I think some great points were just brought up from both of those parties. on the front of a completely rebranded independent festival coming to Clinton, that's fantastic. I genuinely think it's a great idea. My concern, however, is a year-long gap. People lose interest really, really quickly. And coming from someone in the advertising and marketing space, I am more than aware of that. What else was not taken into consideration was the national marketing budget that comes along with partnering with an industry such as tailgates and tallboys. If we were to take it fully local, once again, it is fully local. That national advertising budget, which is, my goodness, more than I would ever like to imagine, is out the window. So the reach of people coming to this festival, if we were to book those national acts, gets smaller. The ticket prices might go down, but the attendance is also going to go down. And as I stated, it's a really great plan, but you said for 2027. Why should we deprive the citizens of a chance of a restructured festival for this upcoming year based on something that is merely on paper 2 years down the line? On that same front, as previously mentioned behind me, with the animal shelter and with the local talent, you might make $50,000, but coming from someone who works with local talent and also works with national talent on a regular basis, people are not paying the same amount for my friend who can play the guitar as they are for Gavin Adcock. It's unfortunate. Everybody starts somewhere, but Clinton needs acts that'll bring in revenue. Do they need to be Jason Aldean? No. He's frivolous. He's expensive. However, those mid-tier acts that the older demographic in the crowd are stating that they were completely unaware of were the reason that my friends and I came out. Those openers, the people that were there at 3 in the afternoon. If you aren't familiar with those artists, but you're preaching local talent, familiarize yourself, because they were local somewhere too. So with that being said, reconsider tailgates and tallboys at the local level for 2026, and I support that man's idea with a potential rebrand or a shift to a fully community-oriented festival in 27. But there's no reason to not give tailgates and tallboys the chance it deserves. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Eggers? Does council have any questions or comments at the moment? No? Okay.
Mayor, Council, Josh Eggers, Parks and Recreation. I thought it'd be important to speak because I think a lot of people in this room that have touched upon the same things that Scott and I are about to say for this year. We've learned a lot through the last 3 years, and even we agree that we need to right-size this budget, which is why we've taken the plan. And what is our plan for 2026 and moving forward would be to reduce the budget by $1 million. We understand the $3 million spend, the bigger acts have not had the return on investment. We realize that, we've seen that, we've noticed that ourselves. We want to recalibrate that and right-size this festival for Clinton. That's what we've been talking about for the last year. We want to set a budget where 6,000 tickets can break even at a minimum. We also want to set a $75,000 allotment for the concert promoters that is ticket sales based. So if they sell more tickets, the better we all do. So that's incentive for them to stick around and stay. We've right-sized the expectation at 6,000 tickets. We were basing budgets on 8 to 10 to 12. We've not hit those. So let's recalibrate that. We've also listened and learned that same thing. We are also doing a contract where the city takes on more decision-making responsibilities. Again, Scott and I have learned a lot over the years, as has Greg helping with camping, as has Rhonda helped with camping and parking, Ron and probably Bill. We've all learned along the way. That's what we're trying to present to you now. We want to make the festival more Clinton-centric. There were decisions made. Some of them were necessary. They weren't necessarily popular, but they were necessary. But we want to make it more Clinton-centric. We want to include local marketing. We've talked with Grow and how we can do more local to marketing. We totally agree with that same sentiment that some people in the crowd are saying today. We want to incorporate local businesses where possible, perhaps the backstage food provider. Wide River Winery, we had great conversations with them. We actually got their endorsement after last year's debacle. They're back in. They're supporting this event. They're a local winery. Local food vendor incentives. Try to get more local food vendors to be at the concert. We want to welcome them to the table. Our only caution ever is just the ability to keep up with the supply and demand and the output that's required for a festival of this size. That was the only consideration we ever said. We've never not welcomed them to be at the table. Find ways to have more of a Clinton Riverboat Days feel. Scott and I have gone against that since day one because we wanted our own identity. But we've heard, we've listened, that's what people want. So we've been in conversations to try to get a carnival. Absolutely, we agree with that. We've been having that conversation for months now. Incorporate a rock night. That's something that the public had very good feedback. That's things that we've passed on to the concert team that we want to try to incorporate. Name recognition. Tailgate and Tallboys is a nationwide reputable brand. Stopping and restarting with something brand new, I think, is going to be so hard to do. It's going to be almost impossible. We've also looked at the VIP. We were talking about, do we bring some sort of drink package back? We took a lot of flack over that. So let's work with the beverage provider and see about bringing something back. Again, public feedback. We are trying to show that we are listening to the public. That's what we're trying to do. That's how we're going to right-size the budget and make this more Clinton-centric, by listening just like you guys as council members do. We do the same thing as staff. Reviewing the ticket structure. What is a good price point for Clinton? We know that there's a lot of comparisons to Riverboat Days, but that was a $30 badge 15, 20 years ago. You're not going to get that in any kind of artist for $30 a badge. It's just not going to happen. But we can review the beer prices. We had a lot of complaints about that. Let's see what can be done about that. Let's work with the beverage provider to see what we can do along those lines. And I think the biggest and most important thing to be talked about in this room is we are looking to use the proprietary funds, which do not affect the property taxpayer. When you talk about even some of the same conversations tonight, there are two different funding sources. They're not even relatable in that regard. We're looking at hotel motel tax usage. We're looking at other fund balances, perhaps marina and other proprietary fund balances that don't have anything to do with the property taxpayer. We're not looking to raise taxes. Taxes are not going up because of this event. I think that's important to note. We're not looking to do referendums. We're not looking to raise taxes. Taxes did not change. We've taken the 3 years to learn quite a bit, and I think we want to have a plan moving forward, which I just laid out, that resonates a lot of what some of the folks that have said here. 2 weeks ago, you also had a lot of support in this room, and I would also encourage you to listen to the people that also support this event. There are thousands of them. They just don't necessarily come to these or necessarily go at us negatively on Facebook, but they're there. I hear it all the time. Good luck on Tuesday. I hear this all the time. So I'm just trying to represent the citizens and the public just as much as you guys are, and that's basically the layout of the plan that we wanted to bring forward to you today, that we've also done the same thing, and we want to recalibrate the scale. We understand that as well, that that's what needs to happen. So that would be our plan.
Thank you, Josh. Council members, any questions?
All I gotta say is,
Hit your mic, please.
yeah,
There you go.
I'll say this about the whole the whole thing. When it started and you guys announced it, I'm on business on a corner every day. The feel of this community and the uptick of the support, just the anticipation of what Tailgates and Tallboys was gonna be. It's been a long time since our community felt that way. That's what I got out of it. I'm a supporter of it, but at the same time, I was just happy to see, like a lot of young ones have talked about, my kids in general, they're all excited about it. And let's face it, those are the future of our community. If we don't keep our young ones here to stay on, or we're not gonna grow. But I will say, only thing I will say about the whole thing is, Josh and Scott, thank you for all your time and trouble in bringing this event. I think it, to me personally, I've seen the uplift and the upbeat of our community in the last 3 years because of this event. And, you know, attitude meant a lot. You know, we're just not, oh, we're going to Clinton, you know. They changed it. It's like, well, you know what, Clinton's got Tailgates Tallboys going on. Oh, you know, this town that stinks, you know, it has a smell to it? No, I'm not talking about that town. It's the same town. Really? Okay, here they come. Because we get that feedback too. Because we do have a smell, there's no doubt about it. Some days we do. Not gonna say we don't, but that's how we were built. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say.
All right. Perfect. Councilmember Kearns.
I think the concert's great for Clinton, no doubt about it. I think it's one of the best things we've done in years. I also kind of want to take a year hiatus and have it, I'm going to say rebranded, however that looks. I think Josh and Scott have taken everybody's opinions, sometimes against my caution to them. And they are trying to make it more family friendly and more local, and I think everything they're doing is moving in the right direction. I just feel like we are a little behind this year, and I think that you're not going to be able to put together what you guys want to put together. I would like to revisit this early next year. I would like to see some of that money that you're taking from these because I understand that taxes aren't going up for this, but projects may have to be put on the back burner, and that's another big thing. So I would like to see some of that money set aside for a concert fund, and still do a project and make sure that every year we figure out what has to be set aside to fund a concert until it all breaks even. I understand that there is gonna be a little hiccup the first year if we take a break. But I still think that everything we're doing is in the right direction. I've had so many people from out of town already hitting me up wanting to come back, and I just don't want to disappoint them when they do come back. So I'm on the fence of let's see what we can do for not 2026, but 2027 with the rebranding.
Okay. Other comments from council? Councilmember Seeley?
Thank you, Your Honor. Scott, Josh have worked really hard on this. I appreciate it. But, yeah, I think there's some things we need to figure out in order to make this sustainable. I'm not sure we're quite there yet. I've already discussed it with the mayor. I'm sure he told Josh. You know, this kind of sucks. The position sucks to be in because, yeah, Pat's correct. It kind of energized the community, did a lot of things for the town, and I think it's something that I'd like to see continue. But I also agree with some other comments that have been made that, you know, is this the role of the government? Should it be done privately? And my gut tells me yes, it should be. It's not the government's job. Although it kind of is in some aspects. We run a pool, it loses money. We do provide things for people to do. So that is partially a role. However, the cost of it is significant as you look at the numbers and what we spent the last couple of years. So I just like to see some changes made, and I think we should discuss it again. I think we'd all have a clearer picture if we had to make this decision during budget season. The general operations of the city are number one for me, which means police and fire and all the public services we offer. Those are number one. This is a number 2 item. So just not in a position to make the decision right now, which means I have to vote no, and the project has to wait for now. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Anything else from council?
An asteroid's coming.
Councilmember Roper?
I understand the idea between taking a year off. I understand that idea, but I also understand the idea of the rebranding is in this contract already. I mean, I think there's enough in there. A couple of the two pieces that are sitting with me ultimately are the financial outlook, and if we're going to do this as a proprietary funding mechanism, then your revenues meet or beat your expenses. And if it's not done that way, then I'm not for it. I can say that. But the way that we are presenting it here, the revenues will meet or beat the expenses. I'm okay with that. The other piece of what Pat talked about, you don't get that, with, $100 item. You don't get that with $1,000 item. You look at it, and Cody brought up the fact of Riverview Pool. Riverview Pool, of course, is near and dear to my heart, always will be, but we're looking at, the only 50-meter pool in a multi-state area that brings in one of the best aquatic competitions in the Midwest every year. So that's not a big thing. There's another thing that we do, in October called the Bacon and Brew Fest. That is another kind of nomenclature thing that we have for our community that might not necessarily everybody in town goes to, but it certainly gives us recognition as a community. We are changing in our time on the council right now. We have changed the outlook of our community, not just because of one project or another project, because we're doing a multitude of things. And so I'm kind of on that look that, hey, we need to continue. I think what we've done here, what Josh and Scott et al. Has done, and the other, one more piece is that I like Brett's idea of a committee, and it just has to be an advisory committee, to say, hey, these are some of the things that we're hearing, just so that that's kind of, involved. I realize that if it's essentially, I see this being a park and recreation function. It's just another event. It's a big event, but it's just another event, like a youth sports league, like Eagle Point Lodge, just another thing. So that's something that, is considering that I'm weighing.
Any other comments? I just want to say that I think everybody knows where I stand on this, and I think Josh laid it out perfectly. I don't have a lot to add. Obviously, I talked a lot at the last meeting. So, I mean, I don't have much to add to it at this point. But I will say that I respect all of your opinions, and I think everything that you've brought up, citizens and council, we've been beaten on this and working through it and thinking about it and trying to make sure that no stone is left unturned as we made this presentation and kind of what we put together. So,
agreed. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that. I feel like taking a year off would be detrimental. I understand the concept behind it. We have talked through those ideas in our mind, but I think you do lose all momentum. Now, you could say, well, what momentum, it's lost money. I totally understand that elephant in the room, but you also have the momentum of building a 6,000 person attended festival every year. Do you lose the trust of those concert goers if you take that year off? And like, now we don't take Clinton serious. Next year we're not going back. Did we just put ourselves in a position where we think we're going to recalibrate? Now we came out with this new event, and all of a sudden we have half the folks, 4,500 folks, because we just lost that credibility with them. I'm not saying it will happen that way. I'm just trying to say that we've tried to calibrate a budget of 6,000 people with the average ticket price of like whatever it ends up being on that spreadsheet to tell us what our break-even point is. So that would be our goal. And I think how we get there, and we haven't touched a lot of that, and Tila could be a great advocate as she's very well spoken. We get that generation advocating for us with their, is it Level Up? Am I saying that right? You're next up, the Young Professionals Group, and you leverage those local folks that can get out there and be your street team that help build that. Because I agree, the local marketing probably could have done better. And I think I said last time, we've only gotten 20% of Clinton, is out of the 100% total, only 20% from Clinton. There is room to grow there. So I think that's where we shift our focus, also Clinton-centric, and make more of a concerted effort to campaign locally. And we leverage the marketing dollars that we need to spend with the concert side of folks to get the regional, let them bring the regional folks in. And then we try to hammer out our Clinton market. But I think there are untapped resources that we have not used yet. I think it would be a misstep to take a year off. I understand the why you would say that, but I feel like I got to speak that I think taking a year off would be more detrimental than it would be beneficial. I think we've done a lot of thinking, calibrating, talking, discussions to create the plan that we have. We've got the avails that are ready. We've got, tentative offers that if things go well, that maybe we could start getting them out right away. So those are on the ready. I mean, to their benefit, USA Concerts and Peachtree are good at what they do. They are very well known in the national market. So they've got a lot of credibility. So when they have offers that are going to go out, we should be getting a quick return on those. So I just feel that's important to say that as well.
All right. Last chance for discussion from council members.
You don't have to take a year off. You got to find private investors. That's going to be hard. But you can do it.
This late in the game is probably
But
pretty,
you can
pretty
do
tough.
it.
All right. You have your hand up?
Yeah.
All right.
Just out of curiosity.
Come on up to the mic for us, please.
Just out of curiosity, has anybody reached out to the Mississippi Valley Fair people?
We have talked to them in the past.
Okay. If we did do something private, or if we rebranded with more control, I just feel like they would probably be the most comparable thing as far as talent procurement. They get some really big names, and they aren't tied to something like tailgates and tall boys. Maybe look into that.
Jones County Fair does.
There, yes, there's still talent procurement fees there.
Yeah.
So, yes, but I'm not gonna, I don't want to discuss the Mississippi Valley Fair because that's not really relevant to the contract here, and I don't know a lot about it, so to speak well on that. Brent?
So to kind of bring something to the table with that, I know you don't want to speak about that, but me and Sean are very good friends. That was one of my biggest point contacts for this whole thing that I brought together. I spoke to Sean, and I said, Sean, if we were to use local vendors, food vendors, for this event, what do you guys charge your vendors to be a part of the Mississippi Valley Fair? He said they take 18% of their total sales. That's what it costs for them to be a part of that event. I think that's something we should look into. And he said if it's another vendor, not a food vendor, but some other type of vendor, it's like a $1,200 fee to get into, to be a vendor for that event. They wouldn't take sales, but they'd take a $1,200 buy-in for that event. Yes,
Ours was the exact same.
Was it? Okay. I didn't know that. I've never seen the numbers on it, but
Yep.
there's that. But we've never really used local vendors inside of the festival, except for, there was a couple.
We did try.
Did
at the
we?
beginning.
Okay.
Yep, most of them couldn't handle the volume or didn't feel comfortable trying to handle
Okay.
the volume. And obviously, if you have an event and you have no food, you have a problem.
Yeah, very true, very true, very true.
But we did have we had several local, the first year, a couple stayed with us the second year, and then one still in year 3, and the other one that bowed out was just because they wanted to enjoy the event. So it
Right.
wasn't anything negative there.
And I'll make it very well clear. Yes, I'd love to see it go away for a year, but if you guys feel like there's a way that we can do this, I'd love to sit down with you guys and actually be a part of it and help build this thing. Me and you had that conversation from day one, and I would love to step back into it with you and Josh, and help you get this. Because I think that on a local level, there's more things that we could be doing, and I think that we could bring some more stuff to it. That's the only thing I would ask to add to it.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you. Anybody else? I'm always someone that makes sure everybody gets to talk, so. You can. You gotta let the people at home hear you.
I told you that you guys would be hearing a lot from me, and I did not lie. Are you tired of it yet? You can tell me yes. All right, so on the topic of continuity for the festival, Clinton Parks and Rec is one of my advertising clients, and I sat down with Josh last week and I said, buddy, you cancel your campaign, you're gonna have, excuse my language, a shit show in 2026. Because one thing about marketing is as soon as it falls off, it's falling off for a long, long time. 90% of marketing is consistency. Everyone always talks about the algorithm, how you need to post consistently, how you need to maintain your brand consistently. Dropping off for a year is not going to get us anywhere near the consistency we need to maintain this festival, or a rebranded festival in 2027. We can't meet numbers if we steadily decline in attendees. So let's roll it into 2026, see if we can do better, and if not, let's try something new in 27. But hey, my mom always taught me it never hurts to try.
Thank you. All right. Last chance for council comments. Anything? No? Bertha, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't really like to
Councilmember
talk.
Davis, go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
But I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in. I'm not a country music fan, but all good music is good to me. The atmosphere of the TNT coming is really positive. I get excited, and I like talking, being social with the guests that come in and traveling. They have good things to say about Clinton. I really would not like to see that go away. I know it's a budget thing. I know it's always about money. Can't help that. But just to see some of the citizens, the residents, face light up and happy, even after it goes, they're excited about the next year coming. I like seeing that. I do hope we can fix the problem of losing money, because, I mean, you know, even though I love the smile and the happiness, I don't want to just throw away my money either. I want to be on the positive side, so I still would like to see it come. I really think you guys have did a great job. You've listened. You put together something that seemed like it may have a chance. So I am definitely willing to say yes and give it a chance.
Anything else? I guess I do need to say one thing. Last meeting, Ronnie talked about a budget at 1.5, and 2 million is still in here. I think it's important that if we do this, that the budget's got to stay at that level, because I think if you do go down, you're sacrificing artist budget even more, right? Because we're already knocking that down, and I think that would be it'd be tough to get quality that we want to have for the festival at that lower price point. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the budget's gonna get to 2, but I think that's gotta be the top number, right? Hopefully the production numbers and all that stuff, we can slim those down and our artist budget stays at that 1 million and then we come in under that. That's the plan, right? But I think if we slim it down, it could be difficult to finalize production with only 500, right?
I think, and I've thought of this, Brent brought it up, but I've also thought of it, like, if we added, let's say we close off our band shell, and we added the fancy lights and stuff like that, and then we secured it, could we do something that wouldn't cost us money year after year bringing in a stage? And I know that changes, it bounces vendors to a different spot and camping to a different spot, but I just feel like with the facilities that we have available to us, that we probably should try to use them a little bit more. And, I mean, he named some, but, Trace Adkins, Cheap Trick, they've all been here.
That would all be artist dependent.
Right.
Because the riders generally have the space requirement that they require for their bands to perform and all that stuff, right? So that would be dependent there. Also, the way we are set up, having 4 nationally touring acts a day, the band shell could get a little cramped trying to get 4 sets of equipment up there.
Sure.
Right? So there'd be some,
Sure.
there should be some hurdles to overcome.
Yeah,
But-
and I understand
Yeah.
some of that, but let's just say we go on a 1-year hiatus, there's things that we can do to our band shell to make it more comfortable to accommodate some of those things as well. And then down the road, we don't have those costs. We have it, just like, the power and stuff that you guys were talking about, you got in down, or the Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If we've got it there, and then we do this festival every year, let's make it as easy as we can, because now we're footing the bill for everything, and we want to make sure that we're not just paying labor, stuff like that. It's
Right.
just things I think we need to think about.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. I think I've belabored this enough. Yeah.
I'd say call the question, Your Honor.
Okay. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Summers.
No.
Detterman.
Yes.
Seeley.
No.
Davis.
Yes.
Obrin.
Yes.
Mussman.
No.
Kearns.
No.
Okay. We have no unfinished business. Councilmember Oberon.
Move we adjourn to 5 PM, December 9th, 2025.
We are adjourned.